No, Mason Mole. It's time for us to come clean. Frog Detective, ever since you moved in next door to my office, I've felt threatened. You are so methodical in your case solving, I would read your blogs and go green with envy. I've been #1 best detective for so long I grew complacent. Every time the supervisor had a mystery to solve, I began to believe I wouldn't be able to do it and passed it on to you. I just began to pretend to solve mysteries, hoping the supervisor wouldn't notice. I was embarrassed at myself and angry at you. Angry, but Lobster Cop, your investigative abilities far outweigh mine. Maybe they used to, but I became so focused on my own shortcomings that my work suffered. This is a shocking level of insight for this character, or frankly, the average person. Most people are bad at self-reflection. Mason Mole was there for me. Having friends is so important, but we were a bad influence on each other. I needed work, and so I suggested to Lobster Cop that I help take you down, and I had the perfect plan. I'm very subtle, you see. I'm ashamed that it got to that point. Instead of asking you for help or swallowing my pride, I let my jealousy get the best of me. How did you frame the detective? It was a joint effort. When I arrived in town, I sneakily stole all the hats and quickly buried them in the graveyard. I wrote a map to where they were buried for the detective to find. But I didn't find the map, Susie did. I didn't execute it very well, I admit. Once you had the resources to dig up the hats and Lobster Cop had a clear alibi, I waited in place to take your photo. Wait, what was Lobster Cop's alibi? I was eating a delicious meal. Of course. I'm ashamed to say that I also drew evil eyebrows on the photo of you. But what I don't understand is why you had to put me in the bad room. In bad room, not the bad room. Framing me was bad enough, but you made a whole room for me to be trapped in. That's so unusually cruel. I'm inclined to agree. Putting someone into a room, whether they did a naughty thing or not, seems really harsh and unfair. How is someone supposed to grow from their mistakes if they're just sitting around trapped? Prison reform! Prison reform! I really hate that room. Bad room was my idea. I'm sorry. It's a terrible idea. I realize this now. My bad. Lobster Cop, Mason Mole, you have done something very serious and mean. Something similar to a crime. Our society doesn't have strategies in place to deal with things like this. Are you going to send us to Bad Room? Absolutely not. That's messed up. No, but I think there needs to be consequences. Lobster Cop, you have abused your power in ways that I can't begin to comprehend. Mason Mole, you enabled and encouraged this behavior. I'm mad at you both. We deserve that. I think an appropriate course of action is to remove Lobster Cop from the detective agency. I think you should change career paths for your own good. Maybe do something that helps contribute to society. A cop no longer. Okay, I will hand in my badge and gun. Why do you have a gun? Gun? Wait, why do you... I'm glad the game also asked. Wait, why do you have a gun? I didn't even know they were real. That's really messed up. It's not like I ever used it. Mate, I gave Lobster Cop the gun. Okay, well, yes, please hand that in. I have an idea of what you could do as a job, Lobster Cop. Oh? Why don't you talk to Barney about joining the post office? Lobster Posty has a nice ring to it. Can I join too? I don't see why not. Well, then it's settled. Lobster Posty, Posty Mason Mole, do you have anything to say to the detective? Yes. I'm sincerely sorry for what I did to you, detective. It was mean, rude, evil, and not nice. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I hope with time I can prove myself as a great postie and right some of the wrongs I've done. Detective, I acted poorly and encouraged behavior that I shouldn't have. I'm going to channel that energy into being a postie, and please rest assured, You will never have a late parcel again. Thank you both for the apology. I accept it. Say, now that that's all sorted, I have an announcement to make. Oh? Lobster Cop is no longer the #1 best detective. After some impeccable detective work on this case, I'm really pleased to announce the new #1 best detective. Is it Mystery Monkey? Congratulations to Mystery Monkey. Erupts in applause. Wow, congratulations, Mystery Monkey. What an achievement. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. I'll have to shut down my research facility so I can investigate full time. You can move into my old office. There's already a bunch of trophies there for you to keep. Great. What an honor to work next door to the #1 best detective again. This calls for a celebration. Bonnie, can you prep the saloon for a dance party? Can do. Oh, and Lobster Posty. Posty Mason Mole? Yeah. You're invited too. Is it time for our usual send-off with a dance party? These games are wonderful. And I'm glad they continue to be made. I will continue to play them very gladly. Thank you to everyone who works on these games. Thank you, Grace Bruxner. Thank you, Thomas Boker. Thank you, Dan Golding. Thank you, Olivia Haynes. Slippery Pond is a great song, and I will genuinely be adding it to a playlist if I have a way to get access to it. Frog Detective was infected by Grace Bruxner. I made you and I can destroy you, Grace. This is just excellent. I'm not how sure how this music is being played by a shrimp on a banjo and a crab on drums, but you know, not gonna complain.